Did you know that with social media, the world is literally at your fingertips? But before we get into that, subscribe and like our videos so that you don't miss out on any videos that we do around social media marketing and tips. As a PR marketer, for you to understand how effective social media would be to your PR plan, it's important for you to ask yourself a couple of questions. For starters, understanding who your target audience is, so that's mapping and segmenting your customer base. You also need to understand what platforms that you can find your target audience on. You also need to understand the language that your target audience is using so that you can communicate effectively and efficiently to them. And then this also will help you separate yourself from your competitors to be able to reach your audience effectively. So let's take a deep dive into this. For starters, we'll start with your target audience. So you basically need to map out your audience. So some of the things you can use to map them out is understanding their age bracket, what age group do they fall in, understanding their interests, figuring out what their problems are so that your communication can be centered around solving their problems, and then understanding what their wants and needs are so that you're able to basically place your brand or your product to fit into what your target audience is looking for. Next, you need to understand what platforms your target audiences are on, because this now boils down to what type of content you need to basically be putting out on a constant. So if you find that your target audience really enjoys video content, then that would push you to create content for platforms such as TikTok and Instagram because they promote a lot of video content. If you find your target audience is well versant with long form content, so that's basically blogs or very long written content, you'll have to now put up your content on platforms such as LinkedIn and Facebook. So basically you need to understand that your platform, basically the platforms dictate what sort of content you're going to be putting out on your various social media platforms. Lastly, you need to figure out and understand how to distinguish yourself from your peers and your competitors. So you could simply do this by basically starting off with reporting on how your content is performing. So this is basically looking through your analytics, performing social media audits just to check on the health of your brand online, and then also carrying out simple activities such as SWOT analysis and setting SMART goals against what your peers and your competitors are doing will basically give you some direction on how you could identify some gaps in your market for you to fill, and basically that will set you aside and make you stand out from your peers and your competitors. Are you looking for tips and tricks on how you could use PR digitally to take your brand to the next level? Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow BDDL on our social media channels to get more information on how you could take your brand to the next level using PR.